Looks like we're live now. Um,
Hey, internet.
hey, internet. We have Anna Chu sitting at the airport on her way to, I think, a well-earned break before you kick into Ignite season,
Mm-hmm.
even more so.
Yeah.
The schedule builder went live today from Microsoft Ignite.
Mm-hmm. I think it's officially called the session scheduler, if we
Session
had to
scheduler.
be
Okay.
very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, so um, we went from the session catalog to the session scheduler now. Um, and the session catalog was more like, hey, these are the sessions that we're planning to share. And you don't know who's speaking. You don't know, all you see are title and abstracts. And now we're giving you a little bit more information, letting you know who's speaking, when the
Mm-hmm.
time slots are, and you can add them to your schedule.
All right. This is good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's enough for us to start thinking about what we're going to do throughout the week
Yes.
and the like. What I wanted to
Yep.
do with you is there's a few questions that and I'm looking out here for people that might have questions too. Let me just jump into Periscope on another thing and look for any questions from the live audience. If you're joining us live and you're happy to thumb in some questions, I'll be looking in the chat for that. Let's mute that just to make sure. Yeah, we've got about 8 people watching, so jump in with your questions in the chat there and we'll try and answer them. Um, we're going to get Anna to walk us through the experience of signing in, because
Mm-hmm.
where does this session builder or schedule builder, am I saying it right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Session scheduler.
session scheduler, the official term,
Yeah.
MSIgnite. Where does that sit? It's actually something that's running off Tech Community?
Yeah, there's a connection with the tech community, but ultimately it's on
All right,
myignite.techcommunity.microsoft.com.
let's have a
And
quick look at that.
yeah, so you can take a look. Even if you're not attending Microsoft Ignite, you can certainly browse around,
Mm,
because and that's one of the really great things about Ignite is that we're really investing in everybody's learning. So we want everyone to be able to see all of the content, whether you're a paying attendee or whether you are going to be joining us live through our live streams. So that's the other
mm,
thing that people may not be aware of is that we are going to live stream every single breakout and every single theatre session. So um, I would definitely, even if you are not planning to come, log in with your tech community account and you should be able to populate your sessions, get your coffee ready, get your snacks, because there's a lot of great announcements that we'll be sharing for sure.
yeah, well, I mean that's going to be one of the only ways to keep track of all the stuff going on is getting into the session builder and being a virtual attendee if you can't get there in
Mm-hmm.
person.
Because we sold out. We sold out on September 4th.
Well, it happens every year though, doesn't it? It's something you got to plan
Yeah.
ahead for. If you
Mm-hmm.
plan to go, don't leave it too late. Yeah.
That's right.
Now going back to let's say this MS Ignite portal, the landing page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the session builder, we have to visit the sessions menu,
Mm-hmm.
and then we land on our session builder, session scheduler. I'm going to get it right by the end of the broadcast. One of the first questions I had when we were signing in here and experiencing this is attendee sign in. We click up in the top right hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got two choices. Tell
That's
us a bit
right.
about what those choices are and what we should do.
Yeah, so there's two choices. If you are a paying attendee, meaning you're planning to come to Orlando in November, then sign in for your registration account.
Mm-hmm.
That way, we can align it to your actual attendee profile. But if you're not going to be with us physically in Orlando, then join us by signing in via the tech community account, and you
Mm.
will be able to see all the live streams happening there, as well as participate in any conversations that are aligned to those sessions too.
Right, right, okay. Now, is there any advantage? Well, I was thinking this through because I might be someone who's active in the tech community, so I
Mm-hmm.
want to, still pass comment on some of these sessions. But
Yeah.
I'm also attending Ignite, so what should I do there? Should I still sign in with an attendee account?
I actually haven't troubleshooted this myself, so play around with it. if it doesn't work with your registration account, because we do allow you to, bind the two accounts together,
Yeah.
but at least
Okay.
to help us understand if you are
Great.
a registered attendee as well as a tech community member. But yeah, you can choose whichever way you want to. Ultimately, when you do comment or when you do reply to an existing thread, then we need to append what you said to your tech community account. So yeah, there definitely needs to be a tech community connection there.
Right. So let's sign in. I'm signing in with the Microsoft account that I use to register.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm coming through. I am about to see this page. It should, yeah, there we go. Up at the top right-hand corner, it changes over to my event. Ooh, very personal.
Yeah.
Okay, and as I'm scrolling down, I've got this 10% complete thing. So I saw that initially and thought, huh? What do you mean? Am I like not complete? Am I not a complete attendee? What do I do here? So I click into this. Guide me through.
Yeah.
Click through it.
I think we're going to learn as we go along.
All right.
So this is all about how complete your profile is, just like with LinkedIn. So you can include a photo. You can include a little bit more information about what you do, the company you work for, a little bio. And then, yes, right here, you can link your tech community account.
Okay, let me see if I can do that now. I won't go through the boredom of helping the audience help me choose the best photo to represent myself. Let me go through to link tech community account. Right. And here we go. We're watching those lovely Microsoft ants go around in the circle.
The fire ants.
I think, and here's our clue. Yes, so we have success because we've got the option to unlink.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll fill all that sort of stuff out.
10% complete though.
I know. Well, should I do a few more things? Let me say I'm just the CEO of something. That sounds really impressive. I know maybe this isn't the right place to say it. You can ask me about it later, people. But I am changing roles next week. Moving on from adopt and embrace. Yeah, I'm going to be an adoption lead. We'll pause there. Let's keep it focused on the on the task at hand. So let's update that. Okay. Do we get any more points for dropping in a job title? Yes, I get 10% more.
Hey, winning.
Gamified. Recommendations and settings. Okay, so I probably were going to get like 40 or 50% more for uploading a photo. Do we get anything here for, okay, I'm interested in Microsoft Ignite. So these sorts of choices, are they going to help with recommendations?
Absolutely, yeah. Right. So the more that you provide us with info, the more tailored your experience is going to be. Because I think if I looked at John White's TyGraph Power BI, when I last looked at it, I think it was saying that there's over 1,061 hours of content. So that's a lot to choose from, as you can imagine. So to help you filter what you want to see, we're certainly going to be surfacing some recommendations for you, because for someone, like if you are a Ignite veteran like yourself, there may be some specific people that that you would really love to go and attend their sessions, like Ann Michaels for Teams or something like that, right? Right. But in order to discover some sessions, especially from the community standpoint, we've got lots of people from the community, MVPs, RDs, and MCTs who are going to be delivering sessions. The more that you add information in your profile, the more customized your recommendations are going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. It's one of those things where it's a bit like when you're typing something in front of an audience and you're like, oh, which should I choose? Oh, let's just go with other for now. Yeah. All right. So we've gone through and picked out some things that we're interested in. That's going to give us some good recommendations. A few things there about settings, so that's cool. Oh, so privacy. Make my profile visible to the Ignite directory. So that's me saying, find me. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, because there's going to be an ability for people to connect with you through MyIgnite. One of the big things that we keep talking about is the importance of networking at this conference. Over 25,000 people are going to be there, and the likelihood that someone is in a similar role as you, or has maybe a few more years in their career and could give you some career guidance on that front, or you're just trying to connect with other people from all around the world, or maybe just specifically from your home country, that's another way to do that. So if you can make your profile public to people, then that definitely increases your chances of doing that. But it's totally your call. You have the control of whether you want to make that public.
Okay, so some other choices we can make. Display the sessions on my schedule. So that's saying these are the things I plan to attend?
Yeah, so
All
if
right.
you wanted to create a schedule that other people can see, because you want to be able to say, hey, like, I'm going to go to these sessions, check them out. You might see me there, or just to be able to share your schedule out to others. Checking that box will allow people to, be able to share that URL of your profile page. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, hey, and for those joining us live, do feel free to drop your questions in on Periscope in the chat. We are monitoring the chat for questions. So good to see a few friendly faces there. Make my profile publicly available by sharing outside of Ignite. So, yeah, that's cool. Let's go with that too. Again, like you said, Anna, it's totally your choice. I'm quite a public person, so I'm okay with that.
And the other thing to note too is that MyIgnite's going to be around long after Ignite finishes in early November. So you'll still have all these things. You can change these settings whenever you want, but it's something that lives on because we want to keep all those recordings and conversations going for at least a year before we hit Ignite 2020.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, and that's been a great pattern that MSIgnite have had over the years, is making that content available. Side tip there, because some of these sessions may end up also being available on YouTube, is that correct?
Not YouTube, certainly on MyIgnite. We have done it on YouTube in the past, but I think we've gone away from that. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, I won't give that tip then. There was another tip I had, but anyway. So scrolling a bit further down, like we do have a search box, so we could go through and literally look for someone like, was it Ann Michaels?
Yeah.
MELS. I hope I'm getting that right. Yep. So there we go. Anne's made herself publicly. You can find her as speakers. So we could. Oh, okay. And are these the sessions that she's going to be running through? Yeah.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah. So you could add them to your schedule right there. It's pretty cool.
Compliance recording and just for demonstration's sake, of course, Anne, I'm going to add your schedule there if you catch the stream later on. If you don't see me at the back of the room, it's probably because I couldn't quite make it across the 5 kilometers of of real estate in the So we've got that there. We could go in and we could see Anne's profile as well. So what is Anne sharing? Bio.
Hey, look at that. She's got a bio too.
Hopefully that's enough. For those of you who are still hanging in there with us or rediscovering, here we are. We're still talking with Anna, and we did automate some of the stream. It was only going to be 50 minutes, but Anna, we've got so much to talk about.
Yeah, we only just scraped the surface.
That's right. And a very appropriate joke after the Surface event yesterday, scratching the surface. They're very durable. So we're into the session scheduler. We are still signed in with Daryl as the attendee, and I think what I did want to do, we were trying to go through that landing page thing, MyIgnite.
Yeah.
So how did we get back to that? There it is. I'm signed in. MyIgnite. Learning paths. What do we need to know about learning paths?
Yeah. So have you heard of learning paths before?
I think it was last year that I used it for the first time because I'm interested in user adoption and change management, and I did find that there was some, sessions that were suggested in that track, if you can call it that, or pathway.
Yeah. So pathways, learning paths, whatever you want to call them, are curated sessions that we have planned in our Microsoft Ignite schedule. And you can go down a number of different learning paths. Productivity, developer, I think that is meant to say Azure fundamentals, but I need to double check on that. So if you're interested in any of these particular topics, click through to any one of these and just take a look at those titles and abstracts. and you'll be able to add any one of these sessions in the schedule. The recommendation is that you actually attend these in the order that the session code is in, because they're supposed to kind of follow a narrative through it, and they typically go through a demo that is the same demo that you go through in terms of like the tenant, etc. Usually it's called Tailwind Traders. And if you add them, so it's not very clear that this is in any
probably not on your phone,
order.
but I'll explain it a bit.
See it. I can see it, but I can't see any session code
so this is,
in there.
This is the productivity learning pathways. There's 9 sessions in chronological order. There's our drop down. And I can go through these cards.
In chronological order, because they're all going to be in the same room, and you just you start from the morning until the afternoon. You go through all the sessions in that particular order. So you can tell there's one starting
in the same room.
It should be in the same room. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, why would you want to move? It makes a lot of sense to
well, that's an improvement on last year, is what I'm getting at, because there was sessions in the pathway, and there was one that was over in the hotel building, and then one over in the expo hall and that area, and so that's a further improvement.
Well, I hope so. I think that's the intention, but if we don't actually execute on that, then mea culpa. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So that's transforming productivity with intelligent search, and then you can go through and add those sessions, or developing integrations, IT administration's guide to productivity. So there's a bunch of things that you choose a pathway, the mega kind of topic, and then you can get down and say, here's some sessions in a minor topic. Streamline workflows. All right, and I could just go, look, I want to attend all of those, and boom, they're on there.
Exactly that.
Actually, I'm interested in online meetings with teams, so let's just play with that experiment right there. Add all. Adding to schedule.
All right.
Testing.
Did it get added?
Maybe. I don't. Oh, there we go. All 5 of them all at once.
Check boxes. Ooh,
boom, and that look, man, this animation's cool too. Like I'm watching it, it's all just happening.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Look, I'm sorry, audience, if I've lost you here, but I am going to try and join these videos together so that you've got something more complete to watch. We did split the streams. We crossed the streams. We did the Ghostbuster thing. What else have we got? We can go back to our home.
Actually, before you hop over...
Right. Yep, let's go forward again.
Go back to where you were. So... I don't know about you, but I'm not a person that reads a lot of text when it comes to websites. I like to click a lot of things. But this text at the very top here, check back on October 22nd. So we haven't published every single session on the session scheduler just yet. So there's a bunch of more, interactive sessions that we have planned, including technology workshops, immersion workshops, interactive sessions, and the RSVP is open for that on October 22nd. So those are going to be the sessions that some of the sessions that we're not going to record, because they are super interactive, and it's not designed to be a talk fest, right? So reserve some time, or at least save yourself on October 22nd to see if there are some other more interactive sessions that you want to go to. That's a really great opportunity for networking as well.
So these are specifically the Unconference sessions, aren't they? I mean, those...
No, actually. No? So Unconference sessions, I was I really want to make sure that people RSVP for them as quickly as possible, so I pushed them to be open for reservations today. So if you go and search for Unconferences, you can RSVP for them right now. But certainly spaces are limited, and when they're full, they're full. But certainly we have a wait list, and if anyone cancels their reservation, then the next person in that wait list gets that reservation.
Okay. Oops, that's probably not the way to do it, Unconference. All days, I think we could do it like this. We could go refine results, get rid of learning pathways, because that's our...
Do you want to share your screen so people can see?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Am I
Such a
correct?
pro, such a pro. So now that I've got it all ready for you, refine results. And this, okay, while we're here, let's have a look at some of these refiners.
Yeah.
And could we use an example? Let's just refine it. So maybe you're a late riser, you don't get along to that first session. So let's go to 10:45. Because you've been enjoying the extracurricular activities at Microsoft Ignite.
There are definitely lots of parties.
Yeah. You've got breakouts. We're looking for unconferences. 75 minutes. That's well, there is a breakout session's length for 75 minutes. Unconference is 75 minutes too. So why do we need that long? What do you think?
Because we need more time to talk.
Yeah, that's right.
If this live stream has taught us anything, we can talk for ages. So
sure can.
Unconferences are very different because you're not going to expect to just sit there and listen. You're going to be given some guidance from your facilitator, right? So I mean, you're running an unconference on user adoption,
I am.
right?
Yeah, around the learning pathways site template.
There you go. So, if you were to do that as a breakout, it would be very different to how you would run that as an unconference, right?
Yep.
You'd want your attendees to discuss with each other, to share best practices, to, be able to interact with each other. And we do feel that 45 minutes was not enough time to do that, so 75 minutes is what we're doing, especially given that some of our unconferences, the smaller ones fit 48 people and the larger ones are for 96 people. So
96.
That's a lot. Yeah, almost 100.
Wow.
So yeah, definitely a lot of great connections to be made.
Yeah. Well, we found those unconferences. There are 40 sessions that start between 10:45 and 7 p.m. Right. So if
there's definitely
wipe that
about
off,
47 at last count.
49 now.
Got some. 49. Gee. You know what? It's because there are some that are going to be in the diversity and inclusion track, and I am responsible for 42 of these that are specifically in the community track.
Well, let's have a look at this one. How to organise a community-focused event. So if I wanted to RSVP to that, hey, go Adam Ball. RSVP, would you like to reserve a spot? And it's literally just yes, and I'm on the list. Okay, well, I won't take a spot needlessly. We'll leave that open, Adam, because I'm sure that I don't want to be the one that keeps the 97th person out of your session.
But you can cancel it at any time. So
good.
Don't feel like you can't hit yes if you're not ready to commit.
Oh, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we've covered learning pathways. We've found people like our favourite speakers. We've learned about how to fill out our profile, and that scores us well. Remember to put that photo in there and make yourself available so you can find people. What else can we find? Let's go back to home.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been building this schedule, so I've added a few events. So what if I go to my event at the top corner?
Yeah, let's take a look at what you've got so far.
Sunday. Let's change that to, let's say, Tuesday. Social.
You should be able to look at your schedule, that takes over the whole browser.
Full screen? Yeah, let's do that. Session scheduler.
Full screen.
Session scheduler. Probably there's a button here that allows me to show all that.
Probably is.
Probably. That's our scheduling thing.
Yeah, that's just the scheduler for all sessions.
My schedule. Oh, here we go. My schedule and favorites. So my schedule.
Go.
My meetings too. There's that concept as well.
So the meetings are can be enabled when you make your profile public.
Okay.
So if I was wanting to schedule a meeting with you, Daryl, then I would basically try and look for your profile and schedule a meeting with you that way. So so you can already see that all your learning path sessions on meetings, online meetings, are already in there, right?
That's right. And so there was a simple one click and I had all those sessions added.
Yeah.
All right. It's even, someone scheduled me in there to attend the keynote for some reason. I mean, maybe that was a thing
Kind
I
of
might want to go
important.
to.
I think Satya pushed that.
I think you did. I got a personal invite, and that's why it's in my schedule. Thank you, Satya. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. So what is the tip here around scheduling sessions? If you haven't been to Ignite before, is it okay that I schedule multiple sessions for the same time slot?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that because, as I mentioned before, Microsoft Ignite is a very busy event. The chances that you may be rushed to try and attend a session but find out that the room is completely full is high. That does happen. So it's good to have some backups, just in case you aren't able to attend that session. I will say in that particular scenario, you also have another option. You could go into the Hangout, which is in the hub, where we've got these massive screens. You can go and grab some headphones and a device that tunes into the audio channels for all of the sessions. And on the big screens, you'll be able to watch the sessions as they're happening, even though you're not in the room. So that way you don't feel like you missed out on listening to the sessions as they happened.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good tip. And I think I might have done that once or twice myself. On the flip side, one of the benefits of us booking what we want to see early is that we're signaling to you as an event organizer that we've got the right room size. So while it's a good idea to book, 1 or 2 or 3 in that time slot, do make sure that you're prioritizing, that you're not being greedy and you're saying, I want to go to everything at 10:45 on a Tuesday.
Yeah, and a good thing to do, because this is something new that I don't think we've done before. We've been pushing the digital tools team hard on getting a bunch of features in MyIgnite. So you'll see it says my schedule and favorites. So if you did have 3 concurrent sessions added to your schedule, then you should be able to favorite one of them to say, okay, this is the one I would prioritize, but the other 2 are my backups.
Right, so at the moment in favorites, we've got...
This is not for sessions, though.
Yeah, so we've got favorite attendees, speakers, and sponsors.
But that is kind of helpful still, because if you have favorite speakers, then you can take a look at, sessions that they end up publishing that they're delivering, because not every session has been published just yet. So say your favorite speaker was Anne Michaels, again, just picking on Anne today, then you can add her as your favorite and see, like, maybe she's got another session planned in 2 weeks, and then you'll be able to sort of follow her in that way.
Okay, so it's just a favorite star on the speaker's profile. Yeah. And then when we go back to my favorites, then we can keep a watch on speakers. There we go. Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, there is a lot more, I think, to look at there and explore. For those of us who've joined in from the live stream, we've managed to claw back 5 people. We broke the streams, we're sorry. If you've got questions too, just in the last few minutes as we're wrapping things up, do drop them into the chat there in the Periscope. I will actually have a look quickly on... at mentions and alerts to see if anyone's dropped any questions in the tweets. Hello, Amy Woodmark, for viewing.
Amy.
Join us.
Hey, Amy.
Amy. All right.
Amy. She was our community reporter from last year.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's not coming to Ignite, sadly, but she said that she may be able to tune into some live sessions as she's got some family commitments. So, yeah.
Yeah, that does happen. We do have... Oh, okay. So as we scroll down, there's a few things that we can look at while people are getting their questions typed in. Recommendations. So we saw earlier in the first stream that if you fill out your profile and say the industry you work in and the things you're interested in, then there's going to be some relevant sessions that are suggested to you, recommended to you, and you could probably...
So can I just get you to pause there just a sec? You may notice a few things that are interesting here. So some of the session codes are session codes you may not have seen before. So anything, a typical session code would start, A-fun. That one is Azure Fundamentals. So that one is aligned to the Azure Fundamentals learning path.
They're just a party animals, those guys and girls. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they love to have their fun.
Yeah.
But your typical sessions would start with a BRK, which is breakout.
Breakout.
And THR is for theatre. UNC is Unconference, and then D&T, that one would be specifically for diversity and inclusion.
So D&T, not D&I? D&T.
Yeah, it was. We had a brand change midway through, so we're just gonna stick with D&T for now.
All right, D&T and Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Yeah, thank you, AC/DC fans. Sessions. All right, so there's our preferences. So if I click on Edit Preferences, then that does take me back through to my profile where I can choose the topics I'm interested in and go through stuff like that. We have attendees. So people are already being suggested to me to connect with. I wonder what that's about.
It may be because they share the same interests as you.
Could be. Yeah. Anthony Spencer, Service Delivery Manager. I'll have a chat with you. Sponsors, that's probably another alignment thing with the choices that you've made. AvPoint certainly
and again, you can
something I work with.
people already. You can favourite the sponsors right there in that star.
Oh, yeah.
On that corner.
All right.
There you go.
AvPoint Red Party, promo.
Yeah.
All right. So sponsors, Ignite Blog. So this is the big clue for me that tells me this is still part of the tech community, this MyIgnite experience, because that's where the blogs are.
That's right.
So you got one there introducing all the Ignite community reporters. Go reporters, you're going to do an awesome job. I'm going to have a fun week telling us all about it and sharing the Ignite experience with people. So yeah, do go and check out those blogs. There's going to be more coming out. Are we going to see blogs like The Bag and the this and the that?
I think you might. I think we should talk to Rick Klaus about that. I think he's actually been field testing the bag. And he'll definitely be letting everybody know. Him and Rick and Joey tend to do the bag reveal video every year. So
Patch and switch.
That's right. So we'll definitely have a lot to say.
I have to laugh at this. I've always thought it's quite funny that there's all these groups of IT pros and stuff like, it's all about the bag, But look at this gorgeous T-shirt. Are you going to do it? Like, you should do a T-shirt reveal as well, because last year's T-shirt, I mean, it has become one. I've seen it everywhere. It is awesome. This big heart to say, I'm all about IT. Yeah. So any hints about what this design is going to look like?
I haven't seen it myself. I have no idea what the T-shirt's going to be, but it will definitely be awesome. Yeah. I've been wearing mine to death. Sadly, I think some of the paint's starting to peel a little bit, so I definitely need a new T-shirt.
That's got the much loved look, huh?
It does.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. I don't want to tie you up too much longer, but I know we have all been entertaining you as we've all joined Anna while she's waiting for her flight for her well-earned long weekend. Any parting thoughts? We haven't had any questions or comments in here, but I'm sure there'll be some that are added later.
Yeah, just, the weekend's coming up, so take some time to take a look at the session scheduler and add those sessions to your schedule. Again, we haven't published every single thing, so feel free to come back and take a look at any new sessions that have been published. The one thing I'll say is that, yes, there is a mobile app coming. Just wait a couple more weeks. We typically launch it about 2 weeks before the event. And anything that you've populated in your schedule will automatically be ported into the mobile app if you logged in correctly. So, and it may take a little while. That we did have some sync issues last year, if I recall, but I know that the team is working super hard to make sure that this experience is as seamless as possible. But yeah, there's a lot to get excited about. Follow all of our Ignite folks on Twitter. If you search for the hashtag MSIgnite, you'll be able to find a lot of
let's just do that
people
to make
excited.
It easy for people. So
yeah,
we'll go into home search. MSIgnite. And that is the official hashtag, people. It's nice that you want to add the year at the end of it, but let's keep with the official tag thing, so we can all be part of that conversation.
Yeah.
So this is actually also going to bring up everyone who's added MSIgnite in their profiles too, which is cool.
That's right.
All right, so your advice around that was?
Yes. So yeah, stay in the conversation.
Yep.
Take a look at the sessions in the session scheduler, and even click through to the details. And you can even start having conversations about the session already. So you could even get in touch with the speakers by mentioning them if they are in the tech community, and asking, hey, like, so is this session going to cover X, Y, and Z? If you're still trying to make a decision about whether to go to these sessions. So yeah, highly recommend you to be part of those conversations which are connected into the tech community.
Yeah, I should actually try and show that experience. I'll just go through that, and I'll find one of my items in the schedule I added earlier, because that's quite an important one. That the engagement and questions around a session, meetings made simple with Teams. So let's go through that title. Okay, so here's our session, presented by James Skay. We can already leave comments. Brilliant. And then later on, we're going to see the embed of the recording, maybe the slide deck as well.
And the live stream. Yep, the slide deck will be there too.
All right, and you can attend even from this page and actually watch it. So that's awesome. Do get your questions in early. I know that there's so many sessions to view and talk and ask about, but when you start creating conversation around a session, you're actually expanding on your learning experience. You're helping the speaker out, and anyone else who's going to attend might have the same kind of questions that you have. So get those questions in, or comments.
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, so much more to look at. I'm just, it's less than just over a month away. Just over a month away.
Yeah. Yeah, no looking back now.
Right. Well, thanks, Anna, for joining from the airport. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for those who joined in live. And again, apologies for the break in the streams. We'll pair this up together. We'll drop the video on the Regarding 365 channel, so you can look at the complete list of tips and stuff. If you want to watch it at double speed and hear us talk like chipmunks, so you can get those tips really quickly, that's cool too. I'll try and drop in some time codes so you can jump to certain topics in there. Thanks again, Anna. Have an awesome weekend.
Thank you, Daryl.
We'll see you at Ignite and others that are coming too. And those who aren't, you've just seen a way that you can participate and enjoy all that cool content and community. Thanks for joining. Let's see if we can
see you in Orlando.
Elegantly. Can we end this elegantly?